I'm gonna have to cut that out. Welcome to Truck You Podcast. My name is Sebastian.
Jose, guys.
How's it going?
Good, dude.
So, end of the day today. Different setting,
Different setup.
different environment. We were gonna try something else. And are we recording? Everything is good. So, what's happening? We have a lot of things going on.
Searching around for the new updated fleet.
New fleet. We're looking for some trucks. We have a video on the channel about looking at some D13s.
Yeah, we checked out two that day.
Yeah, today we had crazy day as well. And what did you do today?
Overhead on a Cummins today, one of our owner ops.
Yeah, that was it. And then we had the melted. Did you see the
wire on the D13?
Yeah, that was
from the starter going to the battery.
What was the issue there? Somebody messed it up?
Yeah, somebody messed it up. Probably when someone replaced the starter, there's clamps that hold battery wires right by the trans housing, by the flywheel housing, and they didn't put a nut on there, and obviously it fell off, and it was rubbing up on that lower cross member. Yeah. So
that was almost, if he thought he was going out tonight, he's going actually tomorrow, and if he took it,
it was so bad. You got a picture, right?
Yeah, it would have probably cracked and just broke off
easily.
Yeah, and then try to repair that somewhere on a
truck stop.
On a truck stop. Yeah. So if for those of you that are listening and not watching, we're in the shop. So we have motion lights and you have to move. So hopefully this one, we're just going to be waving every 5 minutes. But we have, and there's a lot of eco too. So you can probably pick it up when you have it closer. It's probably better.
Okay.
Yeah, but there you go. But it's been. I thought somebody was knocking, but. It's been a nice day. A lot of things happening. What else we had that we can share other than just dealing with trying to buy the trucks and looking for some options? Tomorrow we're gonna go to look at one more unit in the morning.
Okay.
So, but yeah, today's episode is gonna be about pretty much just questions from the audience. We had some good questions that we want to address, and we haven't really looked at them. I've looked at them, but our team member Liz, and then shout out for Liz. She's awesome.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, I wish she was. She's in a different state.
Yeah,
but amazing help, and I wish she was here to help out. We have definitely. She's a great team member because things that she helps me stay on top of things with Truck You and
keep on track
things. Yeah. So, buying the D13, I think why do you think I wanted to go that route?
I believe that you want to go that route because you've been really familiar and really, always been purchasing those D12s. You have, previously you and your father had some D16s. You didn't have a really good experience.
Have good experience with that. We did.
But you guys had a few D13s, right? Maybe like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but the D16s were such a headache. It was a nightmare. I don't want to get into that because it was really, really bad experience.
Yeah,
and that was the first SCR year, so it was like 2011 model year. Terrible, but I'm willing to give a shot to the D13s. I think they're figured it out a little bit later in the run for the D13 run, and we'll see. I'm willing to test it out. We can fix everything,
and it's time to update the fleet.
It's time to update now. That's one thing. The second is, the prices are good right now.
Yeah, they sure are.
So, is the market back yet? No, I don't think so.
But right now, from what it looks like, it's gonna be the best time to purchase right now.
Yeah, it is picking up, but it's definitely still up in the air. How long we're going to recover from this is some states
Couple
are
months.
Yeah. Well, I'd say more.
Yeah.
I'd say more. I say.
What year? Year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Intermodal's not going to see it for a long time, I think. Oh, I wish I'm.
Hopefully you're wrong.
I really want to be wrong. But yeah. So we have definitely some units on. We're checking them out and testing, and the video explains a lot that we shot. But so what have we learned from when we looked at those D13s? What have we learned?
Obviously the paint, that lies a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like we saw on that gearbox, obviously that one seal was popped out.
Yeah.
Which also obviously if they were pressure washing it for a while, that gearbox is leaking. It won't be leaking right now because it's not getting hot enough, and you're not driving the vehicle.
Yeah, don't worry about it. As long as this one's on, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna be waving.
Yeah, it's not enough for a quick road test. Is not enough time for it to leak, I would say, unless it's really bad. And
yeah, but I would say like the number one thing that we didn't talk on the video was how do you now. Asking questions about why did one of the trucks had so many swaps, so many new parts on it, right? Like
on the DPF side, right? Oh, you're talking about the one with the new turbo on there, new actuator,
and I don't know what else we found on there, but the first one also. I mean, the entire DPF was swapped.
Yeah. I wouldn't say swapped. It was just
baked.
Yeah, it was baked. Yeah, because if it was swapped,
that's what I meant. Yeah,
they had a new differential pressure sensor on there as well. So basically, it's been looked at. So that's a plus.
Yeah. They were solid trucks, so we're gonna look at a couple of different ones, and we'll see how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Hopefully,
if I can make a deal with them, that will be.
You're not a big fan of the color, though. That's not your.
No, I like the color.
No, I thought you were more into the.
I love gold, man.
I know you do.
Come on. Gold, it's like a champagne color, but
no, because you were telling me that you wanted to keep the fleet all white.
White, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It would be nice. But it's easier it's more about the replacing the parts, and
very true.
Once you start messing up the fenders on rails and bed spots, and
you know what? That's a good point that you mentioned there, the white, because obviously, like if there's any hood damage and that gold is a metallic color, it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is definitely something that I think about. But if the deal is good, the color's not going to stop me.
True.
With anything. But other than our international, that was the intentional. I was like, that's our color. So. But what we were going to do today is answer questions. You want to run through those? I think some of them are pretty good. And we have not talked to each other about what we have. I posted it.
All right. So how are we going to start with the very first one, or let's see, a day ago?
Let's go from the top because that's the oldest one. So,
stick and clutch. Is it possible to install an aftermarket classic steering wheel on a 2014 Volvo VNL without compromising the air horn and city horn? Well, aftermarket classic, does he mean like something that you would throw on like on a W900 type of setup?
Maybe,
or
yeah. We don't know that, but let's assume that's what it is.
Yeah, then you're compromising the airbag as well.
Yeah. Safety first. But
also they have you have these features like for the radio, cruise control on there, a few of them.
Some of them do, some of them don't, some less. But my question is why? Maybe and the reason I think he's asking that question is 2014, that steering wheel might be really beat up,
which
we have a solution.
Yeah, we have a solution.
We have a solution for that. So we have a local guy. He's putting it's kind of reupholstering the whole steering wheel for us, and it's it's pretty affordable for
Yeah.
us, and we found it to be the best way. We've done as many as we could. We made a good deal with them.
Yeah, and we like to keep like at least 5 we have spares, so we
Yeah.
swap them out.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about that, ask us. Maybe we have to give him. He hasn't been here for a while, so we give him a batch, and then he just does it for us, and then we can maybe sell them. We'll see. We'll hire somebody to help out with sending those out, or delegate it to somebody. All right. How to probably install a wheel seal. That would be a good video.
Yeah, that would be a really good
from
video.
Joel Zarate. And the first question was from Stick and Clutch.
Stick and Clutch. Okay, so Joel, we're going to be making a video on that. The reason being, it's, we have to show you the cleaning. The hub has to be cleaned. The spindle itself has to be cleaned. We're going to show you the tool that we use for the certain seal that we have to drive that seal in. Different seals use different tools. And
it's going to be a much better video, I think, than trying to explain it. But
that's a definitely good topic right there. That's a good video.
You want to take a shot at the 4-in-1? I'm only learning English. I understand it badly. I'll ask you for this. Are you preparing an international truck as an exhibit, or will you be carrying goods on it?
Both.
So he's probably asking for international.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just use it. We'll use it both, in the feet, and it's gonna work. It's more fun project for us, and as far as taking it to shows, we're gonna do it. But we'll see after we're done. I just want to use it and have fun. And
whenever the boss man gets tired of staring at the screen, do a quick local
hop
run
in a truck and go do a little cross town.
How about Armando?
Yeah, Armando would love this truck. Trust me. Hi to Armando, our amazing driver. Right, John Betancourt. How often should you do alignment? What are the symptoms that tell you need one? That's a good one. Oof.
So symptoms would be obviously once you're driving down the road, let go of the steering wheel and you feel like it's pulling to either side. Another one would be you would see major tire wear. Well, doesn't have to be major if it's going to start, wearing out. It could be something minor on the sides.
Mm-hmm. Any tire wear is good to
good indication to get your front end inspected.
Yeah. Shocks, kingpins, anything.
Yeah, loose wheel bearing will cause the same as well.
Yeah, and the number one thing that we've seen with customers coming over, and I look at the front wheels, and they swap the tires for new, and then I don't see the old tires.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it would help. It would be so much helpful if you came with that problem with those messed up tires.
So we can see the old wear and, it'd be a little bit easier.
That would help diagnosing, but definitely.
I mean, if we see a leaking shock, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Or we raise up the front and we see loose kingpins or wheel bearing.
But when would he, let's say, when do you go to alignment? How would you answer that question to him? What did you do to your front end that you have to go now do alignment?
Tie rod ends, new tie rod ends, definitely.
That's something that.
Or if you had any rear suspension work done, if you're gonna do like a three axle alignment, that's a good time. Yeah. Because there is shims on the suspension, on the spring bushings on the rear too. You never know. Maybe the guys, when they did the job, maybe it was his first time doing the spring job, and what are these shims for? Who knows?
Yeah. So Stick and Clutch again. There you go.
Yeah.
Another question. Why do dealers paint everything on used up trucks from frames to shock absorbers and even brake pads and coolant hoses?
To hide any
hide everything.
To hide everything, yeah.
It looks better too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
well,
shiny.
we saw that on the stack. Remember, we noticed. I pointed out yesterday.
Yeah, which I mean, it's obviously the aesthetics that when you come up to a truck, it's like wow, that looks
it's
fresh.
well taken care of. Yeah.
It looks fresh, But just the fact that somebody's doing it to make the product that they're selling better.
Yeah.
They want to make it better, more appealing to the customer, obviously. But then if you know what you're looking at and you're going to start peeling and digging in more, that's what you should be doing.
Yep.
Right? Because that obviously the
not
paint
just
is
get
the
carried away
aesthetics,
by the paint.
Yeah. Good question. Fritz, can an owner-operator do their own annual safety inspection on truck and trailer?
Yes, if you are certified.
Yeah, you're certified, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get the certification if you get the certification.
Yeah, of course, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it, and you can do it for sure. Is it easy to get?
If you're knowledgeable and have some experience.
If you're willing to spend, if you're knowledgeable, yes, but also if you're willing to spend to get trained and then pass the test, I did it within a few hours.
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing crazy. So yeah, that's a good question. So from a savings point of view, that's a good savings thing. Yeah, you don't really need it that much, but think about some of the companies do now quarterly inspections, or even 6 months quarterly. Then it's a couple $100.
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
Especially if you're doing both.
Mm-hmm. Take it to the next one.
Next one would be
Ariel.
Where is it? Okay. Please do a valve adjustment on a D13 and post the video. These markings make it so easy, but when I do the full rotation, I'm missing E5, exhaust 5, and marking and exhaust 3 marking. Where are the markings? That's my question. Not a problem. Whenever we purchase one of the D13s, we're going to run the overhead.
Yeah.
And post a video on that.
Yeah. Okay.
So keep an eye out for that video.
Fritz, what's the best oil for diesels? I'm now hearing Schaeffer oil.
Oh, Schaeffer's oil.
Schaeffer. I can even pronounce that. I have been using Mobile T6 yearly for my taken care of 12 Ford 550. That's a good question. We use Rotella.
I would say, Rotella. It's all about what guys prefer.
Yeah, but also on the engine, how old is the engine, and how healthy is the engine?
Yeah, how much wear on it? How much?
But I would say a safe answer is the Shell Rotella, from what we've seen in the
Schaeffer's is a really good oil. They have really good products.
Yeah, so Ford F550.
I wonder if he's doing
2012.
What do they call that when they brain fart? Hot shot trucking, or what do they call that?
Yeah. Like
right?
Hot shots. Yeah. I wouldn't know. I've never done it. Next one, Fritz. Is a Max Force engine? If a Max Force engine is deleted, can it be dependable? Don't laugh. It's awesome.
Ooh.
We're not laughing at all.
Personally, not a big fan of Max Force.
No. Do we want to talk about why? I'm not. I think you could maybe speak to it a little more. I have no experience with that, and I really, since they're. What would you say to it?
I would say it's like it's really, the engine really labor intensive. Like it's gonna cost you a lot of labor just to get at the parts.
Also, it's not a common engine, and getting the parts.
The access to the parts really sucks on those engines, so you're gonna get a lot of labor on that.
Yeah.
The air compressor, doing an air compressor on those suck. Forget it. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
The blocks, they're pretty weak. I don't know. Like, no, not for me. Max Force, no, I'm not a big fan of them.
So the question is why? I mean, even maybe he has one. I don't know if you have one, Fritz. Let us know. But if why,
or maybe he's asking because they go for so cheap.
Yeah.
He's thinking of deleting it.
Yeah.
Because those trucks have always, you can get, I think, a Pro Star for like 15, and they got, dude.
True. They're super cheap.
They're super cheap for a reason.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you can find a super cheap D12.
Yeah.
And not worry about the engine. Maybe something to think about. He has got another question. Which is a better year for automatic transmission?
It all depends which.
The older generation. I always say the older generation.
More
as older you can go on the generation. Right.
It's gonna be cheaper because think about it. Like our customer, when we did that clutch, ECA went out on it. That clutch was expensive. Yeah, you're right.
You want to tell what transition was it?
It was auto. What was it?
Was it the auto shift?
Auto shift.
You're talking about the auto shift? Yeah. So what I mean by auto generation is that usually all the early generations have obviously issues, design issues, or flaws that need to be ironed out and fixed. And I will tell you, I'm a super big fan of the iShift, and I think it's a bulletproof. There's nothing that compares how iShift actually works. There's nothing that compares to that.
You got a good point there. But how about that? Like I was mentioning, that same truck that we drove. I don't want to say their company, but that Volvo with that, was it a 15? It's a Fuller Trans, the one with the ECA. I mean, you drove it. It was
nowhere near
iShift.
And you could maybe, I can speak to, I've ran both on OT, driving on the road, and the way iShift operates, there's nothing that comes even close. So the question really quick, which is a better year, is look at the generation. If they just came up with something new, there's a possibility that it's gonna
have some issues to it.
Some issues. And if you look at an iShift, that's been made, that's now standard on all Volvo trucks.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Fredliners. They have their D12, is it?
I think it's a DT12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also, I've heard good. I don't have experience driving it at all, but I would say look at, what did they come up with? What did they upgrade, or what new kind of design things they're testing or
from each generation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good one. If someone has a budget of around $40,000 or so, would you recommend a used higher mileage glider or a used lower mileage emission truck? I've heard horror stories about emission equipment on trucks. Is it as bad as the hype, or is it overblown? Are there any emission trucks that are more dependable than others? I love that question, and that's from Carl.
I was actually asking you that question when we were going to check out those trucks.
Definitely a good case study, because not only we have gliders, and I'm very in favor of gliders, but the question is, as an owner operator glider, I think it will be the better solution, just because you now have a very low cost truck.
Yeah, low cost maintenance, no EGR, no DPF, no SCR, no DF.
Yes. So, but what I want to speak to is the fact that you have to really do your homework who you're getting the glider from.
True.
Because we overhauled 3.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit
sketchy. I'm purchasing the next one.
Not even sketchy, but it's just more about, like, do I really want to bother if we can literally fix anything here?
Yeah.
As a fleet owner now, you have to change your thinking differently, because now we're able to not only diagnose with our systems and do better diagnostics, I mean, if I'm gonna overpay on a glider $10 to $15 to $20,000, I can swap the entire emission system for 10
that price. Yeah,
you know, and so now
and that's including DPF and SCR.
Yeah, so that's a question for as an owner operator. I would recommend a glider because those are the lower costs, but just really doing homework around who you're buying it from, and what mileage, and doing testing. I would really test the oil.
Well, the recent one that we have, it had 600,000, dude. 600,000 ain't.
Yeah, I have a glider sitting outside that's 1.4 million, and it's running perfectly, overhauled by Detroit. Yeah, love that truck. It's more about if you find a factory reman engine,
go for
lot better. Yeah, a lot better. They just remanufactured them in a really good, really good job. So yes, great question, and I think now as having a fleet, that's a different thing. If you have a facility to repair and obviously a team, and that changes everything, right?
Yeah.
But as an owner, as I was driving, that's why I like the D12s. That the truck that I drove starting my company was D12, and they were bulletproof, and you can.
Well, you still
that's
have.
why I love them.
Yeah, you still have your first truck here.
Yeah. So it's actually on the video we shot. What else? We have a lot of those questions in my... Oh, no, we have a few more. Let's finish it because we're at 26 minutes. Go with the next one, Fritz.
Put my phone away.
Does diesel additives for fuel actually work? Ooh, that's a good one.
Diesel additives as in what? As in like preventative, like to prevent gelling?
Let's talk about that, because there's two ways around about answering that question. And one is what you just said, which is helps during winter, but then you have those guys trying to call you and sell you product.
Yeah.
And I love when I get those phone calls.
You're just like, oh, it's just another salesman.
No, I just like, tell me, please do tell me more. And it's just giving you that very cheap talk about how their product improves fuel mileage by 1 mile or 2 miles, which is like, there's no study done whatsoever about those products. So which ones work? I would focus. Let's just focus on the very few that work. What do you think?
The 911, which is
anti-gelling.
Yeah. They also have one that removes algae from the fuel tanks from the truck's been parked for a while. So all their products are real good.
Mm-hmm. What else?
We have another.
I mean, if you're trying to improve the fuel economy,
there has
look
to be
at small things like rolling resistance of tires. Is the truck aerodynamic? What can I do to decrease the drag?
Yeah.
Can I slow down? Do I have to hurry?
Yeah, slow down.
Right? That's the number one thing. And those little things add up, but a better air filter. Those little things help, but additives, don't believe any of that crap that somebody's going to tell you that, hey, yeah, you're going to have better fuel mileage. No.
Running overheads, boost leaks. There's
making the engine healthy should be
keeping on top of the maintenance.
The goal, not trying to cut corners with that. This is not going to happen. The quality of diesel fuel is so different from one place to another.
Yeah.
And just focus on what works for winter and things like that, but just better aerodynamics and
you
resistance.
Might get a bad batch of fuel from here and there.
That's my favorite. How long have Sebastian and Jose been secret lovers, and do your wives have any problems with your relationship?
Oh,
well, it's been going on for what, 6 months now?
6 months.
My wife hates me for that. Another question. Divani, what's your thought on people and companies saying the new VNL Line 740, 760, and 860 are unreliable and or not worth buying? Mm-hmm. Are people really having that much trouble with 2018 plus VNLs? I can
The 19s, right? They had like suspension issues.
Plus, yeah, but so would we, since they're still under warranty and we have limited information from what we can share is our information that we've been talking to within our circle and our network. I don't want to talk about specific things.
Great.
Oh wow! Do you want to run through it off real quick? So I'm going to talk as he's turning off our compressor, and what I've collected for. Let's see if he's going to shut it down real quick. By the way, we are buying a new compressor very soon. So I just said we're buying a new compressor. So we're buying a new compressor soon. This thing has been here, so yeah, we're looking for sponsorships. But what I was saying is it's the info that we collect from credible sources that not only work on them but also are longtime Volvo mechanics. And from what I've learned, yes, there were issues. Mainly 17s were the number one
engine wise,
yeah. And then the new ones 18 plus also with the way they were put together.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe the brand new ones, the 2020, but from what we heard, from what I've been told, and from what I've been hearing from people that work on them, they were put together cheap.
17s also, was it 18s? They had SCR recall as well.
Yeah,
but that's getting taken care of, obviously.
Yeah, and the 17, the Common Rail first year, I've heard not some good stories.
Yeah,
and we haven't had it in the shop, so we'll definitely shoot something around it when we have one.
Yeah,
but that's a good question. Carl, oh yeah, what about buying a used emission truck and deleting the DPF crap? Yeah, I mean this is the question and topic we talk about a lot. And do you really want to just buy a glider?
Yeah,
there's enough of them, especially right now. Owners are not just either exiting or fleets. There's a lot of used trucks.
Not only buy a glider, but we've heard some rumors that there's going to be the emissions is going to be more enforced, more strict. So if you're going to buy it and do the delete, it's going to cost you down the line. From we've heard, like 2-3 years. Who knows if it's true?
Yeah, but at the same time, it is legal, right? And we know that. But it's like, what are the risks when you're going to delete, let's say, an ISX? There's a big chance it's not done properly, and you're gonna plug up the
SCR.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna blow up your engine, and we've seen that enough times too.
Plenty of times.
Yeah, and so the question is, do you want to buy the truck and run it for a year, 2, and then sell it, and cross your fingers nothing's gonna happen? Because I've seen trucks that have been deleted and operating for years, and then if the SCR is getting plugged or there are any issues, you maybe, I don't know, maybe you get 4 years out of it. That's max what I've heard, what I've seen with people and owner ops having deleted emissions.
400,000 miles. Mm-hmm. So that's what we've seen.
Well, so I really would like to say just buy a glider or get a pre-emissions truck, or at least pre-DPF, and either take care of it like a baby, because you can still buy a lot of parts for it. So do like a mild restoration of a pre-DPF truck, and enjoy that, because there's plenty of engines that are pre-DPF that are
get
amazing.
You an ISX, just replace the only thing you got to worry about is EGR valve, EGR cooler,
and you want a cat, get the C15.
Get the cat,
and you're not gonna have those
C15s. So you don't have to worry about those EGR valves.
Yeah, but that's just harder on finding one that actually is worth And there, you have to have
Yeah.
money to restore it,
Yeah.
but deleting, I'm personally, I don't think it there's too much risk involved,
Yeah.
right? And
Big
buying
risk.
an emission truck is risk in itself, because many things can go wrong. And when you're getting charged a lot at shops and places, especially dealerships, is diagnostics and electronic stuff, right? Like you need to look at everything.
That's also something to think about. I mean, obviously, they should be aware of that. Once it's deleted, you can't take it to a dealer.
Yeah, true. That's a very good ending point. When you delete it, you're done. And if you're deleting on the newest, let's say 2018 or 17, you're not going to be able to take it to a dealer. And would you want to take your new truck to a shop that doesn't really know what they're doing? Or even if they know what they're doing, I would still, with that kind of a new truck, would want to comfortably go into a dealership and like, okay, let's, address the issue, because once you have a newer truck deleted, things can go south very badly.
Quick.
Yeah. If you misdiagnose what's happening with it, But okay, I think we got that's good. I enjoy that format actually with the questions. It's pretty good. And we're gonna
hopefully be doing more of those soon.
Yeah.
And let's do those videos with that wheel seal, a couple other things, valve adjustment,
working on the
international. Yeah.
Maybe this counts because it's in the background. No, we have a lot of things going on. So this week, tomorrow we're gonna go look at that one more Volvo, and then we'll see. We have some customers sitting outside waiting for work. So, and then we're doing a little pause over the weekend because we've been pushing hard. So I wanna take off for at least 2 days.
2 days. All right, cool. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, share, and we'll talk to you soon.